Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Holograms Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 305, season 13. Today's date is February 11th, 2024, and welcome to the show. On today's show, I'm going to talk about my memories of two games that I had when I was a kid in the 1970s, and they were involved with billiards. One, it was called Skittle Pool, and the other one was called Pivot Pool. And I'll talk about my memories of those games. Also, I'll talk about the Flagg Brothers shoe store. That's quite interesting. I'll talk about my memories of that store. They had several locations in Chicago. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Pillsbury Egg Baskets. I know, it sounds bizarre. Well, when you tune in a commercial, I hope that it'll explain to you what that's about. So here's a commercial from 1975 featuring, of course, Poppin' Fresh, the doll. And I'll be right back with the program, folks. Thank you.
Eggman!
Oh, nothing today, Mr. Hatch.
Got a new way to fix eggs.
Oh, a new way to fix eggs.
Yep, egg baskets from Pillsbury. They're fresh dough. Pat them in your muffin tin, add an egg, and bake them the way you like.
Hey, great eggs.
Oh, but what about the...
Egg baskets.
Yeah.
Get them in your store.
An exciting way to fix eggs.
Egg baskets next to eggs.
When it comes to towing, seeing is believing. That's why Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology offers up to 8 available cameras for 14 unique views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Learn more about Chevy Trucks at Chevy.com. Safety or driver assistance features are no substitute for the driver's responsibility to operate the vehicle in a safe manner. Read the vehicle owner's manual for important feature limitations and information.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Pillsbury Egg Baskets. That commercial explains what that was about. You just crack an egg, put it in the dough that comes from Pillsbury, and you bake it in the oven, and they come out hot and fresh and gooey. You like that? And that was that. Looked pretty good. I saw the commercial on YouTube. When I was a little boy, well, a little baby too, my mom used to feed me with, soft-boiled eggs like that. They were pretty good. Eggs, I love eggs, but, I try to be careful, my cholesterol, I take a pill for that now. I only eat like once a week. Rarely twice, so I either have hard boiled. I like scrambled. Sunny side up is good. The best is like when you dunk your toast in, and you just eat it. Oh, that's good. I like that. Anyway, so, isn't that one of my favorite breakfasts, So, I never knew about this product. Well, maybe I did. It sounded familiar. I probably forgot about it, but I don't know. I had a sense of familiarity about it. I just probably totally forgot. So, this product in particular probably didn't last very long. So, like most Pillsbury products come and go like that. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I said I was going to discuss about the two games that involved billiards when I was a little boy in the 1970s, Skittle pool and pivot pool. And before I get started, I'll mention a couple things. Yesterday, I mentioned about my health, but I'm not going to go into it today. I fully explained that. So one thing I'm going to say, I'm going to wait till February 2nd to see my oncologist and see what he says. And that is all. Oh, and one last thing, we'll see my urologist on March 27th. Yeah. That's it. I don't want to dwell on it. A lot of people have told me, especially my family, don't think about it. Just focus, being positive. You'll be okay. I'm trying. It's not easy. Second thing is today is Super Bowl Sunday. I've said this in the past. Not into football, not into sports. With this hoopla today, this hype is very different that I have seen before. I have never seen this before. Excuse me. We know why, because of Taylor Swift, the singer, and she's involved with this football player for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're all waiting. Is she going to come? Is she going to come? Like that. Last I heard that she is coming to the game, but I have a funny feeling most of the media is going to, put their full attention on her, rather than the game. Well, I hope not. But I mean, she's a nice young lady, but it's not her fault, So I have a lot of people. I have a feeling. A lot of sports fans and also maybe TV commentators, in the sports field, they're getting tired of it. It's never ending. It's never ending. A couple of people say, nah, their romance won't last long. Yeah, it's just a fling like that. You never know. And so as for the game, I don't know. I'll try to watch it, but I don't think so. Because I get a lot of anxiety, and it's like it's not healthy for me to watch it because it's all the hoopla. And with on social media, it's worse. I see all those posts, about that. People that I know, people I don't know. And, what they post like every moment of the game. They do this on any sporting event. Like this guy passed the guy passed a touchdown. This guy fumbled the ball. And it's baseball, basketball, anything like that, really. But mostly it's football. I've noticed for the past few years. And you have somebody who's in the sports field in the media. That's fine. You could do that. And then when they're disappointed about something, oh, we have to read this. But either you can just unfollow them or for the time being, then you have a clean, news feed on your social media accounts, Facebook and X. You could do that. And then you just return to them, and follow them again. You could do that too. But, I'm trying to stay away. It's not healthy. So maybe I'll just relax, have dinner, take a nap, read a book, watch a movie. I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's aggravating. Also, another silly thing about this is not the game. I don't blame the game or the players. It's like the fans. They want to make the next day a holiday, which is totally absurd. If they want to call in sick, to where they work, what about the people that do work there? And they have to pick up their slack, of their work. That's not fair. That's happened to me in the past. So I have to learn to keep my mouth shut. I didn't do that in the past. I said this repeatedly all the time. I don't watch football. I don't watch sports. I got to stop it. People know that. It's a stupid habit. I got to break that habit. It's not right. So a lot of people know who I am and what I don't like or dislike. So it's, well, a couple of people got annoyed. I told this story before that a long time ago. Someone invited me to a Super Bowl party. And I said, no, I don't want to go. I said, but keep me company. I go, all right, I'll go. I went there. There were about 30 people in a house. They say hello. They just raised, but they're all facing the TV. So you know what happened? I had no one to talk to really, and I just ate. I gorged and binged, potato chips, corn chips, pizza, a lot of soda, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. This is unhealthy. I can't do this, and I'm bored. I got to get out of here, Luckily, the house was not too far from my house, so I just walked. But I didn't say anything. I didn't say goodbye. And then my friend called me later on and said, Pete, where were you? What happened? And they said, I couldn't take it anymore. And how long did it, and I asked him, how long did it for you to notice me when I was gone? About 45 minutes. And a lot of people didn't care, if I was there. They wouldn't care if I was just drop dead, and they would just, they're too obsessed with the game. I understand that. If you love the game, you like the sport, great. It's just not for me. No. You can watch it at home. Watching home with your family is wonderful. It's great. Better than going to a bar, with a big screen TV, with a lot of people screaming and getting out of control. No. Stay at home. It's comfortable. It's private. And it's, you relax and you can go to the bathroom, whatever you want. You can pause the game. It's great. Okay. That's enough for that. Well, I hope everyone has a good time. All right, let's get started. I'm going to talk about Skittle pool and pivot pool. Now, I had these billiard games when I was a kid in the 1970s, and I was fascinated by the commercials. So I remember the first time I saw Skittle pool was on TV. I think it was like Channel 32 and WFLD TV in Chicago. And that featured Don Adams, the actor who played Maxwell Smart on Get Smart. And he did a couple of episodes, not episodes, a couple of commercials, of this product. And he was like the spokesman for these games. The games were come from the Aurora Toy Company. I think they were famous for making model cars, not just cars, I think like monsters and airplanes and all of that. I used to see that all the time. So when I first saw this commercial for Skittle Pool, I was fascinated. I was like, oh, I got to get this game. And I begged my mom to buy it for me. And pleaded with her, I want this game. And she goes, all right, fine. That's the only sport no, it's not the only sport I like, excuse me. I like bowling. I still do. I haven't bowled in a long time, but I like bowling and pool. I like billiards. That's the only thing I like. And that was decent. I was okay, not a professional. So pool, I used to go to the pool halls, like in those, like that in the 70s and the 80s. Sometimes at Fort City Bowl, at Fort City Mall, they had a couple of pool tables. Also at Scottsdale Ball at 83rd Street and Cicero Avenue on the southwest side. I used to play pool with my friends or alone. I like the game. Or you go to some people's homes and they had a pool table. And when I saw a pool table, I was like, oh, I love this game. Because, I was fascinated by all the pool balls, all the different colors and all that. It's kind of nice. So my mom bought the Skittle pool. And I think for Christmas, maybe for my birthday, I don't know. I don't remember exactly where she bought it. Maybe it's got to be in Ashburn, 1974. It's got to be that. Or I don't know if she bought it when we were in Roseland, at the People's Store, in the toy store department. I don't think so. I don't remember. I have to ask my brother. He probably remembers that. Anyway, so I remember getting that at home. I couldn't wait to assemble it, and then my brothers and I played all the time. And then the object of the game is like it's like a regular pool table. You put all the balls in the rack. Instead of a cue stick, you would just take this like a round ball that's attached to a chain, and then just hit this other ball, and then you put the cue ball right in front of it, and you just swing, and you just aim like that, and it makes that noise, like a real pool table. And it was a lot of fun. It was, and well, then after that, I got a little tired of it, but it was a great game. It really was, you know. As for Don Adams, he did a couple commercials of that, and the other Skittle toys. I want to mention those. For example, there was Skittle baseball, Skittle bingo, Skittle horseshoes, Skittle poker, Skittle scoreball, Skittle tic tac, or is it Skittle tac toe? Yeah, do you get that? There was Skittle tennis and Skittle ball. I think that was probably the first one. Skittle ball is like bowling pins, like that. So, most of them featured Don Adams on the boxes of the toys, and I used to see those Children's Bargain Town. They were turned into Toys R Us, and I used to walk down the aisles and see those games like that, which was cool. It was nice. I haven't played pool in a long time, not for a long time. When we lived in Ashburn neighborhood in the late 70s, my father brought like a portable pool table from one of the properties he owned. And it was very small, but he brought cue sticks and all that, and we started playing, and it was fun. Then I got tired of it, but, it wasn't really a big pool table, just a small one, but it was acceptable. And it was fun. And then we had kids come over and they play and all that, and it was fine. Now you play pool on the internet. It's not the same. I play that once in a while. And let's see what else. So I don't know if it's still made. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, the second pool game is, of course, Pivot Pool. A lot of people remember Pivot Pool. Pivot Pool was made for Milton Bradley, and this was a little different. And it was like a small, you put it on the table and play, and it had like a pivot, and you would just put the ball in front of a thingamajig, and then you start shooting, but you aim, where the ball is right near the pockets, and you just shoot like that. Of course, what's famous about Pivot Pool is the commercials that featured Lucille Ball. And when I saw this on TV, I wanted to get that too. And I begged my Mom, I got to buy this game. She goes, another one? Yeah, another one. I'm going to, but this is different. And so I remember the commercials for that. It's one commercial, really. I can't find it on YouTube. So then I remember the commercial very well. Lucy comes down to some pool hall down in the lower level of the building, and then she holds out a bathing suit saying, here, I'm here with my bathing suit. Where's the pool? And the gangsters go, it ain't that kind of pool, lady. It's Pivot Pool. And the other gangster goes, you line up the pivot, and then Lucy starts shooting, that game. I don't know if she was really playing. I guess she was, but she enjoyed the game, I guess. And I remember that commercial vividly, like yesterday. It looked like a lot of fun. So my mom did buy me that. and I kept it for a few years. Also, she made, no, not made, excuse me. No, she was like the spokeswoman for other games on Milton Bradley, for example, not just Pivot Pool, Pivot Golf. I never owned that. So it's I don't know much about that. I don't know much about golf. So it's sort of the same way. And then she did a couple more called Body Language. It's like charades, like that. And let's see, two more she did. One was Solitaire. It's like a solitaire game, with cards. I like solitaire. Also, another one called Cross Up. It's like a puzzle game like that. And she did commercials of that. I think you can find a couple of them on YouTube if you like. I wish I could find a commercial for Pivot Pool. That would be awesome. That'd be great. Like that. I would love to get my hands on Pivot Pool. I would love to get that, of course. And I think she was a good pool player. Maybe she did an episode of the Lucy Show where she was in a contest doing a pool game, and she did win. But there was to make a long story short, she played against a woman, and it wasn't a woman. That was Dick Shawn, the comedian. He dressed up as a woman, and you have to see the episode. It's hilarious, like that. Okay. So right now, I'm going to play the commercial for Skittle Pool featuring Don Adams, and this is from 1972, something like that. And when I come back, I'll describe the commercial, and then after that, I will talk about Flagg Brothers Shoe Store. Okay. So here is the commercial for Skittle Pool featuring Don Adams from 1972 from the Aurora Toy Company. Thank you.
Nice shot.
I've made better. Want to play?
I came to play Wisconsin Skinny.
That's me. You a hustler?
Nope, salesman.
Break.
Salesman, huh?
What do you sell?
Skittle Pool. Skittle Pool by Aurora. It's a lot of fun.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. From streaming to shopping, Prime helps you get more out of your passions. So whether you're a fan of true crime or prefer a nail-biting novel from time to time, with services like Prime Video, Amazon Music, and fast free delivery, Prime makes it easy to get more out of whatever you're into or getting into. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to learn more.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Skittle Pool featuring Don Adams from 1972. That's from the Aurora Toy Company. Let me talk a little bit about Don Adams. I used to love him on Get Smart. First started watching him on reruns of the show on Channel 32 when it was very little. And then when they broadcast on Channel 44, that's when I really got into this show. And, on WSNS. They had it like every night at 6. And I was hooked on it. I thought it was hilarious. It's based on, the spy era in the 1960s. You had Barbara Feldon as 99. Edward Platt as the chief. And all these gadgets and the chaos agents, that's their enemy. My favorite is the Cone of Silence. I remember they had a portable one walking around. But my favorite scene is like when they had the Cone of Silence, it was malfunctioning, and they pressed the button and it go up and down, and then it came crashing down on a desk. He was a wonderful man. He was funny. I loved him, but he was so identified with that role, And he had these catchphrases. Would you believe? Miss me by that much, Yeah, he was a comedian, He played the role well. I have this show on DVD. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I have it the whole series on DVD, and it's great to watch the whole thing. I'm gonna start rewatching it. So that's a great show. It's funny. It's really funny. Okay. So as for pool, like I said before, I like the game. I really do. I played a couple of games like Nine Ball and Stripes and Solids. That's fun. So like that. Okay, next I'm going to talk about Flagg Brothers shoe stores. Now, to be honest, I don't know much. I don't have much information about this shoe store. I used to see it when I was a kid. They had several locations in the Chicagoland area. I don't know exactly where, but I know a couple. They opened one in Ford City Shopping Center on the southwest side of Chicago in 1965. In the mall, they had that. Also, they let's see. So, and then when we moved, my family and I moved from South Shore to Roseland in 1969. We lived in an apartment building above a shoe store. It wasn't Flagg Brothers. It was Shift Shoes. Flagg Brothers, I believe, was across the street. And I remember seeing that sign with the flag and, and it said, of course, it said, let's see, for example, I keep forgetting. So it said Flagg Brothers, inside the flag. That's right. And it was men's shoes. They didn't sell women. No, I don't think so. So they seemed like good shoes. I remember my mother and I and my brothers, we walk on down Michigan Avenue. We see the window display of the shoes, and they look pretty nice like that. Then styles were changing with shoes. The heels got higher, the soles got higher, and they were like these platform shoes. And then came the disco era, like that. And these, most the men were wearing those, especially African American men that they dancing on Soul Train, and you see them wear those shoes, and I go, oh my god, that was very stylish back then. It really was like that. And so someone mentioned there might be one on the north side, maybe on Lincoln and Belmont. They could have been in downtown Chicago in the Loop. Maybe. I think so. I don't really remember, but I do remember the one in Fort City. I used to see that. So I don't know when it opened. I have no idea. Or when it closed. I think it closed maybe the late 70s. So I think it opened maybe in the 50s, maybe the late 40s. I don't know. And I don't even know if it's named after two brothers named Flagg. Maybe there were. I don't know. So, but I've seen some ads on the internet. They're pretty funny. This is from the 70s, with the bell-bottom pants, and the shoes. Oh my God, sometimes the pants were plaid like that. They look very shiny, very nice, and even they came in leather, they came in suede, like that. You can find those on eBay. You can find them like that. And let's see. I just remember the flags on the buildings like that. That's the Flagg Brothers. And when you mention mention to somebody about Flagg Brothers, yeah, they remember that story. They bought their nice shoes in different colors, loafers, with laces, without laces. You don't want your heels or your soles that high like that. So that's kind of funny. You know what? All kinds of shoe stores come and go. Like, for example, Fava or Kinney, Tom McCann, Mailing, or is it Malling? Like that. Florsheim, Chandler's, Baker Shoes. The list goes on and on and on. Like that. But shoe stores, you don't find them. You don't find that many today either. Where I get my shoes, I go to Kohl's. That's what I do. I buy my gym shoes for my walking, or I got to buy dress shoes soon. So that's where you buy them most of the time, unless you go to right now Walmart or Target, like that. Some people order online, like Zappos. I think that's the online store. I have never ordered shoes online. Well, first, because my feet are a little different, they're a little wide, like most people, and you want to go to the store and try them on, or you have a salesman. They'll help you with that. They put your foot on the measuring thing, like that. I don't know what it's called, and they help you, select the shoes. So I don't know what young people today want to order online. That doesn't work. No. Okay, so that's it for this show. And I want to apologize for rambling on, today about the Super Bowl. It's going to be fine. Okay, so I'll do a recap of what I talked about today. I talked about the toy billiard games, Skittle Pool and Pivot Pool. One is from the company Aurora, and the other one's from Milton Bradley, and the Flagg Brothers Shoe Store. Okay. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, also Breaker, Overcast. Also, it'll be on my blog, vanchicagoland.blog. It's also on my YouTube channel. Again, people have asked me, where do I listen to your podcast? Where do I watch your podcast? Go to YouTube. Just hit the subscribe button if you search it. Also on the apps, please press follow. It'll take you right there, and you will get the latest episodes. Also, you can listen to previous episodes if you like. Also, it'll be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, Instagram. Excuse me, I can't say that word. It's also on Threads. They have the links there. Also, LinkedIn, Reddit. Also, I'm on Blue Sky. I have an announcement on Blue Sky. You can sign up for Blue Sky. You don't have to get an invitation. You can just sign in, which is cool. They just opened that up about a couple of days ago. And also, of course, I forgot to mention this. I'm on TikTok. It is on TikTok. I'm not much of a TikTok person, but yeah, it's there if you'd like to see it, because it's big. It's big like that. Okay, so this is Pico Steins, your host for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. I have another episode, maybe Tuesday. We'll see, probably. And everyone enjoy watching the game. Have fun. And have a great Sunday. Today's weather is not too bad. I hope the sun comes out. It's a little cloudy. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music with Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.